you.
You may think my speech cannot be an issue but a cliche, but I would like to shout it out seriously. Stress and depression is not a simple problem as you may think. We hear such miserable news due to depression every day. Do you know the identity of depression and how to cope with it? I had met some friends and their family and many celebrities who suffer from depression. They did not know what to do and they had miserable ends. And this is the reason why I did my research of stress and depression. Stress and depression are a big problem to cope with because it makes us sick, even to death. First, I will tell you that stress and depression can be a serious problem. Second, I will explain how we cope with this problem. We meet this serious problem without fail in our life. In this chance, I want to compliment you sincerely you are enduring well these pandemics. Our term stress occurs when we feel emotional strain or pressure. Although how much we hate this stress, so that it can be always with us. Besides, no matter how strong you are, it is not easy to get away from it. However, stress could be a good power for us to cope with a certain situation. Some stress is necessary and helpful for us. When doing an athlete performance, the stress helps us to concentrate on. Just in this moment, when preparing informative speech, the more stress, the higher grade. Not to say, more important is stress. Our tight tension in this pandemic situation, such as wearing a mask or keeping a 6 feet distance, higher than chronic stress, such as caring an incurable patient or death of one of the family, can bring about our serious depression. This fact has been scientifically proven called body's stress response mechanism. In a journal article written by Caroline Bernard for Nature Neuroscience in December of 2017, they studied an experiment of using mice and showed us with pictures and statistic data that social stress induces neurovascular pathology promoting depression. This study showed that stress destroys blood-brain barrier not to keep the immune system, and it induces depression that cannot be resilient. And there are many studies about stress hormones such as cortisol, serotonin, and dopamine. As the result, depression from stress throws us out of self-control. Now that I've told you stress and depression can be a serious problem, next I will explain how to cope with it. One of 10 rounders suffer from mental disease, and there are many accidents like a suicide or firearm incident due to this depression. So we must cope with this problem seriously in our best interest. Stress and depression are normal and inevitable in our life in the positive or negative ways. According to the Susanna Schroepdorf for Time magazine in October 2016, 6.3 million teenagers commit self-harm which come from depression and anxiety because of their grades, future, or relationship, and so on. In the end of this article, it concludes with us asking for parents to encourage their children by saying, I'm sorry, you are in pain, I'm here for you. In addition, we should learn to cope with stress, not to develop into depression. Here are some tips for stress and depression, such as medication and breathing, regular physical exercise, enough sleeping, and healthy diet. From among these, as described by Max Rabivier from CNN News on March 20, 2018, food is powerful for patients with major depression, and healthier diet and lifestyle may improve our immune system. Most of all, when we feel depression, we must request for help immediately. This goes to the same when we find someone who is suffering through depression. With the knowledge that depression is a disease like a cold, we should seek a doctor, take a medicine, and go to hospital. Now that you have some knowledge about stress and depression, let's finish this speech. Stress and depression are a big problem to cope with because it makes us sick even to death. First, I told you that stress and depression are serious problem. Second, I explained that we need to cope with the problem seriously in our best interest. If you meet who suffer from depression, say like this: I'm sorry you're in pain. I'm here for you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.